I'm Bea Edwards, and I'm the International Program Director here at the Government Accountability Project. And we wanted to talk about today the nomination of James Cole as Deputy Attorney General at the Justice Department. On May 15th, May 21st, the Obama White House nominated James Cole for that position. And many people who've been watching the Justice Department, including those of us who do that here at GAP, were surprised at the nomination of Cole. Because for some time before that happened, we had been getting calls from whistleblowers at the American International Group at AIG about James Cole. AIG, as many of us know, is a major corporation that was a crucial link in the financial meltdown and the Great Recession that affected the U.S. economy and the international economy in 2008-2009. During that time, millions of Americans lost their jobs, their pensions, and their homes. And much of the malfeasance that went on in the financial world at that time took place in the offices of AIG Financial Products Corporation, which was a subsidiary of AIG based in London. At the same time, the Department of Justice, the Securities Exchange Commission, the SEC, had a monitor, an independent consultant in the offices of AIG, supposedly put there to provide oversight of the accounting practices and the compliance regime that the corporation had in place. That monitor was James Cole, and he was there as part of a deferred prosecution agreement that was struck between the government and AIG, first in 2004 and later again in 2006. As part of that agreement, senior managers at AIG, including the former CEO, Hank Greenberg, avoided criminal prosecution for aiding and abetting securities fraud if they agreed to put in place a best practices compliance regime, a real regulatory function and oversight function, and install an independent monitor to oversee the compliance functions. So James Cole was sitting in place at AIG for 5 years, while AIG Financial Products Corporation in London accumulated what we later found to be hundreds of billions of dollars in risk. AIGFP was selling to investment firms and to banks credit default swaps, which meant that AIG was insuring bonds based on what came to be known as worthless or virtually worthless real estate investments, real estate debt. The arrangements that AIGFP made with the bond buyers was that AIG would redeem the bonds at 100% of their face value if the bond issuer defaulted. And that was the way in which AIGFP endangered and encumbered with potential debt and risk this major corporation that came to be too big to fail. And while all of this was going on, Cole was sitting in board meetings and audit committee meetings of the corporation. Cole's hearings will be held on June 15th, that's next Tuesday, and we feel that there are a number of pertinent questions that need to be asked of him before he should be or could be confirmed in this very important position at the Justice Department.